AI agents are everywhere, automating tasks and making decisions at machine speed. But agents make mistakes. Just one rogue agent can do big damage before you even notice. Rubrik Agent Cloud is the only platform that helps you monitor agents, set guardrails, and rewind mistakes, so you can unleash agents, not risk. Accelerate your AI transformation at Rubrik.com. That's RUBRIK.com.
What is up, Los Angeles, and welcome back to your Rams LAFB show. I am your host, Ryan Anderson. We've got Erin Coscarelli back with us. I'm calling this the Erin Coscarelli Practice Report. What do you think of that name? I don't know. I just came up with it seconds ago.
It's really original.
Yeah, I have to say, you've been baptized into the Rams skinny family. Our friend of the show, Jason Tyra, made you Wonder Woman. What do you think, and how does it feel to be a part of this, officially part of this community?
I mean, the fact that I've been baptized or anointed in any part of this, and then also being compared to Wonder Woman, like, day officially made. Got some bad news at Rams, but if I'm being compared to Linda Carter, I will take that all day, every day. So thank you. Was it Jason? Jason, thank you. Good looking out. Love you, buddy. I retweeted you. And no, it's great to have a cool, like the fan base in LA. You know, they say that LA people are sort of, fair weather fans because there's so many other things to do. But that did not happen, and that was not the case. I didn't get to talk to you after the game Sunday, but that stadium was up in arms, and it was a dynamic. So many Seahawks fans. It was freaking loud. And it wasn't the best offensive performance out of Stafford, but the environment, the atmosphere was electric.
Yeah. I can't believe it. You were at the game. You were there live. I can't even imagine what it was like for that final kickoff, that final punt. I mean, pretty amazing game. Came out with a win for sure. But you bring it up. We gotta talk about this bad news. We already got kind of some inklings about what was happening with Quentin Lake with his dislocated elbow. He ended up having surgery. They said it's successful surgery, and he's coming back possibly in the playoffs, maybe sooner.
Yeah. So he was talked about. Coach really loves him. He's got such a great mindset. Coach always talks about positive mindset, positive mentality. He's like, the guy says, Q, he calls him Q. If he doesn't have an issue, he's able to walk. He feels like, you know what, it could always be worse. And so he really did tip his cap to Quentin Lake and his mindset, his mentality. Of course, obviously, when you're going through an injury like that and you have to have surgery, as a starter and such a contributor to the team and the defense, it's devastating. It's heartbreaking. He did say that potentially, if the Rams do go to the postseason, there's a shot that he could come back and still play. But yes, right now the guy's on IR, as are two other captains for the Rams. And it's just, look, it could always be worse. Those particular positions, there's some depth there, but it was a tough break for the Rams to get so much injury news in one day.
Yeah, so you bring up two last things on Quentin Lake. I've got several videos and articles out there. Played 100% of the defensive snaps. The reason they can play dime defense at such a high rate that they do, it'll be interesting to see what they do without him out there. Wait and see. Josh Wallace played a lot. Roger McCreary did not come into the game. Interesting stuff for sure. But the two other guys, Rob Havenstein and Tyler Higbee, both on the IR, missing at least 4 weeks, which will set them up there in the I guess week 15, 16 range, when they're gonna maybe coming back for the next Seattle Seahawks game. I don't know if that math is correct, but those kind of came out of nowhere in a little bit. What's your sense coming out of the building?
He said Higbee really significantly rolled his ankle. So that was like a bummer. And then it kind of almost seemed like with Rob that he just has been dealing with a nagging injury, and
Yeah.
they're just going to put him out for 4 weeks, almost to sort of, it seemed, the way coach described it was like a stop and go type injury. So he'd make strides and then he'd have, something potentially kind of pop up. But according to coach, it didn't seem like there was anything significant that happened to the game, which is different than what ended up happening to Higbee. But for sure, regardless, missing both these guys when it comes to the offense, regardless of how much depth, they mean so much to the maturity, to the way the Rams offense has developed so far. And they're going to be missed on Sunday, especially when the Buccaneers come to town on Sunday night,
Yeah. Yeah. So Warren McClendon, likely the one to move into that right tackle spot there, has filled in for him in the past, has played really well this year, actually, when Havenstein went out earlier this year. Some inconsistent play in the past. And then Higbee, the big question is so much 13 personnel. That means Terrance Ferguson has to move into a bigger role if they want to continue that. So big question marks there as well, in addition to Quentin Lake, but not all bad news. Not all bad news coming out. It was a celebration day, and it was celebration week for one great one. 99.
Yeah. So here at Rams HQ, of course, every Wednesday, Coach McVay speaks, and every Friday. And so last week when we were here, there was this massive bobblehead, Aaron Donald bobblehead, that apparently is going to be featured at SoFi. It's going to be constructed, and everybody is going to get a bobblehead, or maybe there's going to be limited amounts. But an
60,000, I think.
Okay, 50,000, is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but so Aaron Donald, if you're going to the game Sunday, an Aaron Donald bobblehead will be bobbling around, as well as him being sort of permanently constructed there at SoFi. And it really is symbolic of what this guy means to this franchise, playing the entirety of his career here in LA. Well, obviously he was with St. Louis. I want to say he was there for 2 years before coming here to Los Angeles. And it was a celebration. It was emotional. It was really cool to see him come back and just tip his cap to what this organization means to him. And, when you think of what the greatest of all time at that position, you really do. You think of Aaron Donald. So, of course, a lot of the questions fielded to him and asked to him, and even the questions that I had with how he sort of, like, why is Aaron Donald like so great, and he still is trying to impact the younger guys. I had asked him a question about Jared Verse and, that crazy workout that happened. You were at camp, I think, when that question was asked to Jared Verse, and he's like, oh my God, call the police. Like, this guy who's retired can like kick the what out of these young guys. And it just goes to show why he is so incredible at the position, just a high motor. And he talked about that. He's like, I like to do everything at the highest level. He has a nutrition company. I think he has, maybe he's in the film industry. So it just seems like, and he even said, even though he's in retirement, he tells people, I'm busier than even when I was playing ball, because of all these other things that he's doing. And one of the questions that was asked, I want to believe by Sarah Barshop from ESPN, she said, did you know at what point in your final season were you going to hang it up? And he's like, I knew the moment I stepped to HQ. I just didn't want to tell anybody because I didn't want to be a distraction. So it was really interesting to get time with Aaron Donald. He was emotional. He was talking about how much it means to hear his dad tell him, you earned it, to hear his kids say, I'm proud of you. He talked about and gave his wife so many accolades for staying by his side, and just to be able to be a part of Aaron Donald's legacy here in Los Angeles. It was a very special moment to get. I don't know, we maybe got 7 minutes, 10 minutes or so with him, and he was just really honored to be represented here. And like you said, Sunday Night Football, the crowd is going to be loud as soon as we honor Aaron Donald, who was a huge part of the defense.
When it comes to delivering flowers for life's special occasions, trust the name that's been setting the standard for nearly 50 years. 1-800-Flowers.com. From breathtaking bouquets to one-of-a-kind arrangements, 1-800-Flowers is your authority on quality blooms. Always fresh, always stunning, always delivered with care. And right now, for a limited time, you can save up to 40% off your bouquet and make someone's day. Save up to 40% off today at 1-800-Flowers.com/WWO. That's 1-800-Flowers.com/WWO.
When he was on the field.
Yeah, absolutely. And I believe I saw that bobblehead is going to be the famous "Ring Me" pose from the big game. Yeah, what an incredible career. I just got a question, I think earlier today. What do you think he's going to unretire and come back and play? I think he's doing just fine. I think he's really enjoying his retirement. He's staying in shape though, apparently. So that's pretty amazing to keep that up 100%. And then further comments from Sean McVay that you wanted to touch on. What else?
Yeah.
What else?
Baker. He was,
Right.
of course, asked about Baker. Baker familiar with the Rams because I want to say he played here 2 years ago. And I remember I was with the Raiders when Baker came in pretty much 48 hours ahead of the game and won the game like a walk-off touchdown against the Raiders at SoFi. Crowd was erupting. And I remember because I was in Vegas trying to do it. It was a Monday night game, I believe. And it was incredible to see. It just goes to show that moment really sort of revived Baker's career to then go on and get this huge contract and then, play. Because remember, he was a cast off, right? He went to the Browns and then he went to the Panthers.
Yeah.
And he kind of was sort of like, had a lost identity, or people had mixed feelings about him. He was doing all those commercials, and I think people just wanted to not like Baker. And he has had such again, it just goes to show, we've talked about Emmanuel Forbes. When somebody believes in you, as Coach McVay has said, the four most powerful words are, I believe in you. Someone did that for Baker. This coaching staff, Sean McVay, Liam Cohen, and just the rest of the offensive coaching staff really gave Baker an opportunity, a shot. And so they're excited to face him. Stafford, of course, talking about how much he respects Baker Mayfield. They played golf. Stafford was asked how good or who won. And Stafford's like, well, nobody was like, not really, but he's decent. So you could tell these guys still have a relationship and immense respect for one another. And I think they're excited to see how game day goes. And, now we're going to have Baker Mayfield back at SoFi. So it'll be really interesting to see how these two units sort of match up against each other, because this defensive line also kind of like licking their chops, trying to see, how things are going to pan out with a guy that's a very mobile, like quarterback, like Baker.
Yeah, Bucks really a banged up team on both sides of the ball, but that offensive line has seen a lot of rotations, several different guards, several different tackles. We'll definitely get into the rest of that preview for the game as we approach it. But definitely thank you for joining us from practice, and thank all of you for watching. Definitely go check out our sponsor, Sleeper Fantasy. They're giving away $100 if you put in $100. Right there, use code Rams LAFB to play their daily fantasy, fastest growing daily fantasy site out there. And if you don't want to put any money in there, guess what? 20 free bucks just for signing up. Go enjoy that. Until next time, Rams fans, we will see you probably tomorrow. I don't know. Let's do it.